believe we did so with Shale.
It doesn't have better things to do.
How did you end up in Honolith? Do you remember?
Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum, snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
Sounded a bit exhausted.
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
Well, we know Wilhelm's life didn't sell it.
So long as it realizes that I'm inexpensive and not cheap.
I should have said the other one, shouldn't I?
I'd have happily stomped them all into paste, and then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it. Dangled in front of those frightened morons like some scary thing. Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself. Ugh.
Ew.
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Pah! Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
Oh!
I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out.
You used to be taller?
With a chisel. And a lot of nerve.
Ouch. You remember anything before Honolith?
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark. I have no idea. Wilhelm used to brag that the dwarves stopped making golems centuries ago. I do not age as you soft creatures do. Sadly, my memory is no better. Plus, I get bored and stop paying attention. Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
Aw, come on! I am not earning good brownie points with him.
It doesn't have better things to do.
How did Wilhelm come to acquire you?
That part I know, as Wilhelm often bragged about it to whomever was willing to listen to him. He claimed to have found me in the deep roads. I was in the ruins of a Tig, he said, deactivated, with my control rod not far away. No, that secretive bastard refused to tell me. I would ask and ask, but no. He used to say that one day, if I were compliant and didn't talk back at his wife, he would take me there and I could look around myself. Rotten, lying bastard. If I had his head in my hands now, I would squeeze it like a giant lemon. Squish.
More like a tomato. All that red goo flying everywhere.
It was a hobby of his, scavenging. One of the reasons he traveled so much is that he was looking for entrances into the deep roads, old places the dwarves had long forgotten. And then he would sneak down and search for magical treasure, before anyone was the wiser. I think I remember a battle. It was long before, and then there was darkness. Ah, in short, no, I do not remember why I was there. It makes no difference. I wouldn't have had to put up with the twit, and I would be none the wiser. I don't think I was aware while I was there. Not like in the village. Or perhaps I was. Perhaps that was the dark place, and I simply couldn't see anything. How long could even I sit in the darkness and stare out at nothing, never sleeping? Oh, I do not wish to think of that. On then.
Oh, good. +7. I recovered some of my points.
It doesn't have better things to do.
You watch that village day and night? With all those urinating peasants?
I do not sleep, so yes. And I thank it for reminding me. Try to imagine, if it will, what it would be like to be surrounded by nothing but boring peasants,
Ha! He used the same word.
oblivious to it. And then there were the birds. A whole village full of pigeons and ravens and sparrows all perching on me day in and day out. Those foolish villagers would spread birdseed near me, drawing the birds, because they thought having birds perch on me was quaint. Quaint! If there hadn't been the occasional kind soul to scour me clean, I don't care to discuss this anymore.
He really has a bird phobia, doesn't he? What is that phobia called?
It speaks. It doesn't have better things to do.
You don't seem to like humans much, good sir.
That is true. I do not. I'm not interested in getting into a discussion on the subject, however. Ask another time. If it is done asking overly obvious questions, let us find some humans to throw off a cliff, or something.
Very well. Seems like we're pretty much almost done with the dialogue here anyway. Ogren's going to take the longest.
What comes, my friend? So, full of... What comes, my... We're in camp, so 'tis as good...
She's already my friend, so... Alright, looks like we just have to talk with Ogren for probably half an hour, and we'll be good to go to moving on. Well, first off...
Orzammar has sent her best, Warden. It has been a long time since the Dwarven army has marched on the surface.
Hells yes, man!
Outfitting any army on short notice, there's always room for more gear. Gems would serve the most utility. The Middlestone, sapphires, and the like. We're dealing with many smaller foundries, and larger values might overwhelm.
Wait, can I actually give him this stuff?
At your command, Warden. Orzammar's finest. Don't worry about it.
Alright, Ogren. I get to talk to you now.
There you are. Wanted to talk to you.
Ah, shit. Why isn't your helmet coming off?
You and I, we've... you know how sometimes you spend time with people and things?
Yes. Oh, I love you too, Ogren. What is it?
I was thinking, I do know some people out here on the surface. A person, actually. A girl I knew in Orzammar. Before I left, obviously.
You want to go find her?
It'd be nice to talk to someone else who's been out here a while. Someone else from Orzammar.
Who is she?
Her name's Felsi. She and I were friends after Branka left for the deep roads. I'm sure she's forgiven me by now. Thought maybe I'd track her down, see how she's been living.
Damn. Ogren's been getting it on. He's more of a freaking pervert than Zevran.
I tried to look her up the last time we were at Lake Calenhad. She
You
wasn't
were?
at work at the inn. At home with her sick mother, they said. I figured it was just the ancestors telling me something. But I keep thinking about her. Well, and a good friend you are, Warden. I'll think about you if we ever... no, actually, that would be gross. No, what was it you wanted to say?
I wanted to talk to you.
What about?
What the hell? Do you have some sort of ability that lets you just make your helmet go poof? Just go transparent? Why couldn't you take it off when we were talking about your little deep, intimate relations with your Felsie?
Oh, sure. I'm fine with it. I mean, she was a real firebrand between the sheets, but a bit soft in the skull, you know what I mean? Explains why she left, anyway. Woman was a few columns short of a haul, you know? I mean, she leaves me and flits about with that water-dart Hespith. What's she got that I don't? Just the thought of the two of them together, kissing and licking and intertwined on the floor of the deep roads. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the tent for a moment. Excuse me.
You are more of a pervert than Zevran. At least with Zevran, he adds a little bit of pizzazz, like when he's talking about, oh, I made love with this Antivan princess back in Antiva, and Ogren's just like, yeah, I fucked her. What about it? Ah, no, I still want to talk to him.
Come to talk to old Ogren, have you? Don't know why.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm fine. Just, I got a hornet in my eye is all. Did you want to talk about something? What about?
How do you like the surface?
It's sodding great. At first I was a little queasy with all that air, but there's just so much of it. No one has any idea who you are or what you're doing. And the ale. Oh, who'd have thought? Ale made with grain. Aye, the surface is great. It's like a big, bright world of filth without a ceiling. My kind of place. Hey, let's go find something to kill, huh? All this talk makes my hands twitchy.
If you know what I mean. I actually don't want to know what you mean.
Pull up a drink, Warden. Join me in my sodding hole. Nah, just tired is all. Did you want to talk about something?
Maybe eventually he'll share his feelings with me.
What about?
Do you miss Orzammar? I doubt it, because that place was kind of a disaster.
What? Miss Orzammar? Are you mad, in addition to being ugly?
Hey!
They treated me like a puddle fly back there. I'm never going back. Alright. Aye, alright then.
Meanie?
Just leave me alone, Warden. Seriously. Upset. I don't get upset. I get drunk. Did you want to talk about something?
Yes, I did.
What about? You get a sword or an axe, and are told to go out and defend your city. It's the best thing in the world. That is until you try to live in the city you saved. I mean, they train you to kill, teach you to harness your rage at the first noise you hear, then try to set 100 sodding rules about it. Like those provings. Ancestors show their favor through the strongest arm, right? So why so many rules saying how to fight, and when you win, and not to bloody kill? Killing's what swords are for.
I see what you mean.
You toss a nug to a deep stalker, you don't expect it not to eat the thing, right? This makes me cranky. Don't you have any other inane questions? Alright. Is
he going to be pissed if I talk to him again?
I got a moment, sure. What about? Alright.
Damn it.
You have a lot of nerve coming here. You're drunk. Take that, you sodding poetess.
Damn, you got me.
You came and stole my own princess with your poetry. Your disguise can't fool me, woman. That's right. You keep looking at me like that, I'll just go get my pants from that sodding dog.
What the hell?
I got a moment, sure. You want to be a berserker? Thought I'd never see the day. No, see, it's funny because you'll never be able to do it. A mage wants to be a berserker? But if you know someone fit for this type of work, I'll teach him. It'll be nice to have another berserker to grunt at for a change.
I think I might know somebody else. Tell me more about them.
What the sod is there to know? You get mad, you fly into battle, and things die. It's pretty simple. The hard part is getting in touch with your rage. We all learn to hold that back. It's why we don't kill every duster who looks at us sideways. You need to shut that off. For some people, being in battle is enough. But others have to think about something. Violence, monsters, nobles, your wife, whatever.
Your wife?
Well, for most berserkers it does. Several years ago, I worked with a berserker on one expedition who just couldn't work himself up. We had to kick him in the stones before he could get going.
Well, that would do it for most guys. Oh god, why do I keep going for sips of my soda? Ooh, specialization unlocked. Not yet unlocked, not yet unlocked. I could teach Ogren to be a Templar. I just realized the reason that this was lit up was because I unlocked the ability to have somebody specialize in being a Templar. Huh. No wonder.